on EIV News at 6. The U.S. received a credit downgrade for the first time this summer. Find out why another one might be on the way.
And an urban renewal? EIV's Ian Steele is in studio with one of the biggest college coaching moves in years.
Now, from Emerson's leading news team, with the latest in world news and our nation's top stories, EIV News at 6.
Good evening and welcome to EIV News at 6. I'm Joy Powers.
And I'm Kelsey Barrett. We begin tonight with big trouble for one of America's largest airlines. After escaping the recession, American Airlines parent corporation AMR is now filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. This leaves Southwest and JetBlue as the only airline standing strong. This announcement also comes with news that AMR CEO Gerard Arpey is retiring. Despite these changes, American Airlines says it will still honor all tickets and reservations in the coming year. And this week, the United States took another blow to its financial track record. Prominent credit watch Fitch Ratings downgraded the United States credit rating from stable to negative. This means there is a greater chance the organization will downgrade the U.S.'s AAA rating within 2 years. Fitch says despite the potential downgrade, the U.S. remains the most productive economy in the world.
In other news, the legal trouble is continuing for Citigroup. A judge recently rejected a $285 million mortgage fraud settlement between Citigroup and the Securities and Exchange Commission. District Judge Jed Rakoff denied the settlement as Citigroup will not publicly admit to nor deny allegations made by the SEC. Citigroup will go to trial for the allegations in July this year. And step aside Black Friday, Cyber Monday is bringing in the cash. The Monday after Thanksgiving is when shoppers can make some large discounted purchases from the comfort of their own home. This year, online sales were up by 18%, and sales from mobile devices were up over 7%. Online sales totaled 38% of this year's purchases. It looks like buying from home is no longer just a thing of the future.
And as we head into December, we all know the stress of the holiday season can certainly get overwhelming.
News at 6 reporter Christian Berggren-Aragon is here in studio with one way to find peace and relaxation during this holiday season.
Thanks, Joy. As the holiday season kicks into full gear this December, decorating, present shopping, and long lines at the grocery store have already begun to consume American life. With to-do lists getting longer by the day, stress has come to define this long wintry month. However, a relatively new type of Japanese energy healing is bringing relaxation to many.
For Marilyn Onduhare of Framingham, Massachusetts, finding peace during the holiday season has always come in the form of energy healing. Reiki, a Japanese tradition originating from the late 19th century, focuses on healing and relaxing the body through the transferring of life force energies.
Reiki works by relaxing the body. It works on physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual ailments.
By placing hands over someone, it is believed that a Reiki master has the power to transfer their energy to 7 different chakras along the body.
You have to start the chakra going, they all have to go in unison. If one chakra is not moving, that means in that area the energy is stagnant.
A Reiki master receives their energy from some form of divine power during the learning process. This energy stays with them for life. Through Reiki, Onduhare is able to completely revitalize the body by expelling all bad energy and replacing it with positive ones. As a certified Reiki practitioner, Onduhare has been treating people for more than 15 years. Onduhare is quick to point out that Reiki is not a replacement to modern medicine, but simply another tool we can use to keep our bodies healthy.
Whether the stresses of the holiday season have already arrived or you are still waiting in anticipation, one thing is clear. Relaxation is a must this wintry season. It seems Japanese Reiki is a perfect way to rid the negative energies of the season and bring positivity into your life. For News at 6, I'm Christian Berggren-Aragon.
According to recent reports, the future is looking grim for local state economies. Although we're past the worst of the recession, experts say we're far from out of the woods. States struggling with economic growth will soon have to spend more to deal with rising unemployment numbers. Although state funds are increasing, Medicaid spending is growing faster than revenue, meaning less money allocated to other priorities. Herman Cain's campaign is taking another hit. One more woman is now making accusations against the Republican hopeful. Ginger White, a businesswoman from Georgia, claims she and the former pizza executive were involved in a 13-year affair. Kane claims the relationship was merely friendship. He says his family is ignoring the claims and he has no plans of dropping out of the race. Well, Joy, we're getting close to the end of the NFL season.
And things really start to get exciting after Thanksgiving. To get us caught up on who's playing well and which teams are still trying to wake up from their Turkey Day naps, here's Ian Steele.
Thanks, Joy. With the New England Patriots taking care of the Philadelphia Eagles on Sunday, all eyes were on the New York Giants to prove that they could keep up with the Cowboys in first place of the NFC East. On Monday night, they traveled to New Orleans to take on the Saints, who had plenty of time to prepare for the G-Men during their bye week. And the Saints had a lot of time off, but it didn't seem like it. They really didn't miss a beat here. It's the first quarter, no score. The Giants are in the red zone. Eli Manning lofts this pass up for Jake Ballard. It's intercepted by the Saints' Will Herring. The Saints would take this one all the way down the field in the second quarter. Third down and goal for the Saints. Drew Brees rolling right. He hits Lance Moore for this touchdown. We'll see more from Lance Moore later in the game. And in the second quarter, it's Brees hitting the big man, Jimmy Graham, and he picks things up, and he puts him down there for the touchdown. And nearing the end of the half, Drew Brees was really feeling it with this touchdown catch to Lance. Gimme, gimme more. Brees would throw another touchdown to Graham and run one in as the Saints rout the Giants at home. And after multiple reports that Urban Meyer was to become the next head football coach at Ohio State, it's finally official. Urban Meyer is now the new top Buckeye. He took the job after taking a year off from coaching for health and family reasons. Meyer brings a 104-23 head coaching record to the Buckeyes. He won 2 national championships during his time at the University of Florida and will take over the program after this season. And with his team struggling on the field and with ticket sales, Jacksonville Jaguar owner Wayne Weaver announced Tuesday he is firing head coach Jack Del Rio. Del Rio was 69-73 in his first NFL head coaching stint with a 1-2 postseason record. Defensive coordinator Mel Tucker will finish the season as head coach. That's all I have for you tonight. Back to you, Joy and Kelsey.
After the break, why President Obama says the U.S. could have much to lose if the European debt crisis worsens.
And just months after the resignation of Hosni Mubarak, Egyptians are enjoying free elections for the first time in decades. More after the break.
Welcome back. I'm Erin Farley. Let's take a look at what's going on from coast to coast. The West Coast is all clear with sun and blue skies. Now as we go east across the map, a huge storm will be catching your eye. A mixed bag of weather will stretch from the Midwest to the Northeast. Heavy winds, rain, and snow will be hitting many states. Flood warnings have been issued in Indiana, Kentucky, Illinois, and Missouri. Currently, snow is pounding Ohio with about 3 to 6 inches near the Great Lakes. It looks as though the heavy part of the storm has just missed Boston. With showers only yesterday and partly today, we got pretty lucky. Currently in Boston, clear skies, a cold night, 50 degrees. Moving over to your 5-day forecast. Temps will finally drop and it may actually feel like winter. The first day of December, you'll see the sun and a temp of 50 degrees. Throughout the week, temps will stay in the low 50s except for Saturday when they'll drop into the 40s. Besides that drop in temperature, the weather will remain consistent. Sunny until Monday when we'll expect rain. And although we're experiencing unusually high temperatures, right now local areas are still working to recover from the northeastern we experienced last month. News at 6 reporter Tamara Sakarzik went to East Longmeadow, Massachusetts for more.
In the small town of East Longmeadow, a cleanup that began with shovels continues with dump trucks after the October snowstorm that shocked the Northeast. Behind me, you will see piles and piles of debris that has been collected in the small towns of East Longmeadow and Longmeadow, Massachusetts, that are the result of this snowstorm.
Every single street had tons of trees all over the place, and it's a real lot for the help we're getting. I'm very disappointed with lack of government assistance, but I think the town's doing a good job.
As the months go by, locals cannot help but express disappointment over the lack of pickup by the town and the neglect to make it a priority.
I think they could have done a better job. It took a long time for the town to even begin to pick up the debris. I mean, we had stuff all over the streets and you couldn't see coming out of your driveway, you couldn't see going down the street. And it's almost the end of November, and they're just now starting to pick stuff up.
Whether or not this whiteout should have been considered a natural disaster is not even a question to those who spent over a week without electricity.
Oh, definitely. Most definitely. The whole entire Western Mass was affected. Not one area did not have some form of trees down or, brush all different kinds of stuff.
As piles of debris turn what was once baseball fields into land lots, the citizens of Western Mass hope it isn't much longer until their neighborhoods are clear again and they can put the nightmare of this storm into the past. East Longmeadow, Massachusetts, I'm Tamara Sakarzik, EIV News at 6.
As Europe's financial crisis continues, fears of a second recession are becoming more prominent. Businesses are now struggling without European market loans. Because the interest rate is high on European debt, banks are unable to borrow without higher costs, making it harder to borrow for local companies. Moody's credit agency says it may have to downgrade Europe's credit rating. Meanwhile, President Obama is now getting involved in the crisis. He met with European Union officials to stress they must quickly resolve their current problem. Obama also pledged the U.S.'s support moving forward.
If Europe is contracting or if Europe is having difficulties, then it's much more difficult for us to create good jobs here at home because we send so many of our products and services to Europe. It is such an important trading partner for us.
Potential aid could come through the International Monetary Fund. U.S. officials say Europe has the means to escape the crisis itself and says no financial measures have yet been discussed.
In other news, the turnout at Egypt's parliamentary election this week has been the largest in the country's history. The votes will determine whether a parliamentary government will replace Egyptian military control. The election follows a 10-day protest against the military's power. Against protesters want the military to step down. Military generals are confident they will win the election. There will be 2 more rounds of voting in the months ahead. And other trouble in the Middle East. Lebanon has attacked Israel for the first time in over 2 years. Lebanese rockets struck northern Israel Tuesday. Israel retaliated with 6 rockets of their own. No one has claimed responsibility for the attack. The Israeli government does not expect further conflict with Lebanon, but in a statement, officials called the incident severe.
In health news, the obesity rate here in the U.S. continues to get, well, bigger. A new study released this week found a child today is more than twice as likely to be obese than they were in the 1970s. They also found the average normal weight of a child is rising dramatically. These children are more likely to encounter health risks as adults if their eating habits are not checked now. And recent studies show more women under 40 may now have a higher risk for breast cancer. Doctors are urging women to get mammograms no later than 40 years old, 10 years earlier than previously suggested. The study showed that this age group has a higher chance of getting cancer, even if they do not have the disease in their family history. Now doctors are trying to make breast cancer screenings accessible to younger women.
Meanwhile, men may want to rethink placing their laptop on their laps. Scientists now say Wi-Fi may affect male fertility. Studies show semen placed under a Wi-Fi connected laptop move more slowly. 25% of the sperm stop swimming compared to 14% from a control sample away from the computer. Scientists say electromagnetic radiation is the culprit. And an odd story coming out of sports labs. Researchers say soccer may be more dangerous than you think. They say hitting a soccer ball with your head, a popular technique in the sport, is linked to brain injuries that can affect memory and attention. Researchers say the next stop is to calculate how much heading a person can do without sustaining injury. Well, that's all the time we have for you tonight.
But don't forget to check us out online at EIV TV and EIVnews.com. Thank you for watching and have a wonderful night.
This has been a presentation of EIV News and Emerson Independent Video. For more, visit us online at EIVnews.com.